guys, this is Liquid Dio, and we're back with the second part of our little let's play through of Path of Exile: The Awakening. Where we left off the last time is we just defeated our first boss, Hillock, and found our first little encampment here. And we're gonna meet some of the first NPCs and see what they have to say.
Now there's a face I never expected to see exiled. Maidens of Oriath must lie wailing in their beds now that the mighty duelist has left them. Or is that why you're here? Did you disappoint your adoring fans somehow? I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of Hillock, that putrid giant you felled out there. Back in Oriath, I disdained your kind. In Rayclast, I don't have that luxury. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater.
Alright, even though she doesn't appear to care too much for us, looks like Nessa's got a quest for us. We're going to go check on that. So, get a medicine chest to sort of help the town out. And she apparently doesn't have any other dialogue options, so we'll move along to the next guy here.
A dashing duelist, drenched and deserted on the dreariest strand. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, Exile. Easy, lad. You could lacerate a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. Alas, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion. There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me.
Looks like he's got a few more dialogue options here, and I'm not sure he's entirely all there, but no, he seems
Poor Nessa,
like a good sort.
not even a mother herself, and yet she cares for us all. And what a sickly, pathetic brood we are. May she live to have her own family, a real family. If anyone deserves that, Nessa does. Harold, the Merry Gull's cook, washed up on the rocks over yonder. Dead as a doornail he was, buried him myself. Then, a few days later, I see him on the beach. A little worse for wear, but upright, shuffling about. A land full of disturbing surprises, this Rayclast.
Now, obviously, from the first part, we were fighting off quite a few zombies, so it's no real surprise that they're gonna have a few special ones for us to kill. Okay, and then the next guy that we'll meet over here is Tarkley.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, don't tell me. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us the moment his blackguards dumped us in the water out there. Just live or die now. Here, have one of these. And no need to thank me. I'm thinking of myself and the others here. The longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives.
And he wants to give us a jewel, so let's check what equipment we've got right here. Okay, we've got Ice Shot, which we can use for a bow. We've got Molten Strike, which adds fire damage, kind of making it like an AoE melee strike. We also have Cleave, which is another AoE or area of effect attack. Okay, the character swings their weapon or both weapons if dual wielding, and an arc towards the target also does damage to other nearby monsters. Only works with axes and swords. So out of that, I think I might actually go with Ice Shot, because that one seems to go a bit better with our bow there. Okay, gives us a quest complete. we still have our little double strike here, and we're going to use some scrolls of wisdom to figure out what that is and offload the rest of our crap. Now, if you
Still
notice,
alive, are we?
you don't actually get gold in this game. Like, the currency that you get is scrolls of wisdom or orbs, and they all have different uses as well. But there's never a point where you get gold or gems or what have you. It's all pretty much whatever. I mean, I guess it'd be pretty realistic. I mean, you wouldn't just wash up on a shore with nothing and suddenly have, you know, currency. So, you know, a bartering system does make sense. So I kind of like that aspect of it. Okay. So he's got a few more dialogue options, and we'll see what he has to say about the town here.
The walls of this old ruin. Lion Eye's watch. Defensible enough with a few stout, well-armed veterans. But what have I got? Starving exiles with driftwood clubs and rusted dirks. The Eternal Empire has some right nasty leftovers. Whether it's something in the air or in the water, no one stays dead in Raycast. Not the first time. It'll take a little while, but sooner or later corpses wake up and go looking for breakfast.
Certainly explains all the zombies outside the town.
Pistol's a strange fish. Best taken salted. That hat he wears? Plucked it right off the real captain's head. Captain didn't mind. Generous fella. Had given the rest of himself to the scavengers already. Ness is the best of us. Not one of Dominus's exiles. A wreck survivor. She keeps us from losing what's left of our minds. Salem's sweet tongue sang it right. The fairest flowers bloom in the foulest places.
Certainly seems everybody in the town likes Nessa quite a bit. Okay. Now if you'll notice that we've got other players running around the town, and you might say, oh, is this an MMO? And no, it really isn't. But there are some aspects like Diablo that that are MMO-like, whereas like I can actually go to the notice board and, you know, people post up whether they're looking for groups, etc. But what it is at its heart, and while there is a PvP element, the campaign is it can be played with co-op, and there's plenty of people to do. And but see, if I were to go out this door here over here and leave by myself, then you know, that instance is mine. They aren't going to follow me out there. So these encampments kind of serve as a hub where you can meet up with other players, etc., or trade, or do what you have to do. And but if you want to play it single player, you most certainly can, and it's very viable too. So go check our stash here, and looks like we had enough to add a stack to our stash. Now I'm trying to keep this as clean as possible, so I'm not going to be taking anything out of the stash. I'll just be adding stuff to it. So I kind of want to play this as much as somebody who hasn't really messed around with the game too much would. So now that we got that out of the way, let's head out to the coast.
Not the most pleasant of arenas, but it'll have to do for now.
So we got ourselves a bit of a dead end over here. So I guess we'll start going north here. Yeah. What do you know? More zombies! On the bright side, at least we don't have to punch them to death. Though I'm surprised somebody hasn't made a zombie punching simulator yet. And that was pretty simple. Didn't drop us anything though. Okay. Like we hit up here. Whoa. Those crabs. Whoa. So like we got natives throwing Molotov cocktails. That doesn't seem very nice of them. Oh! You can tell the mouse controls can be a little bit finicky when you're using a bow. If you roll off your target at all, the character tends to run towards them rather than to hold in place. Now I'm sure there's probably a hotkey, and I'm just an idiot because I haven't looked at it yet, that'll keep you in place. As I believe there is one in Diablo.
Khan's canoe struck this sand with the force of destiny. At his beck, the greatest war host in Karui history tamed the wild sea, their canoes coupling with the land one by one. Lion-eyed gemlings met us with shining metal and bold words. Hyri's arrows withered their pride, Khan's axes silenced their despair. Marseilles Lion-eye fought bravely to the last. Khan honored him with a place on his belt. Khan has shown Rayclast our Karui strength. Khan will teach Rayclast the Karui way.
Now, there's all kinds of these carvings and books and journals, etc., and that's pretty much the only way you're going to ever get any pieces of the story, and that and from other NPCs, characters that you'll run across, because there really isn't a lot of backstory that they give you itself. I mean, this all has to be uncovered by playing, so, you know, you're going to find these carvings. There's going to be journals and books and what have you that you can pick up as you play, and it'll give you each and other piece of the puzzle as to what happened. I mean, the only thing you can really sort of pick up on is that at one point there was a great empire, maybe multiple great empires on this great land of Rayclast, which kind of went to pot during a giant cataclysm, and now it's pretty much a penal colony for the undesirables of Oriath. And obviously, just from listening to some of the flavored dialogue from even when you just select the characters, you get a kind of a negative view of Oriath as being kind of this theocracy that doesn't really work the way it should. And there's a lot of corruption, especially in the nobility, and they could pretty much trump up any charge they want to get rid of it, which is... So it doesn't sound like the life there would be that much better. Maybe better in the ways of, wow, that is a big crab. They're actually kind of quick for skittering along a little bit. And down he goes. Looks like we're almost due to level up as well. Still really haven't figured out where we're heading yet. And these cannibals won't stop attacking us. You cannot eat me. Stop. Have a sip of potion there. Ooh, swing and a miss. Bobbing and weaving.
It seems this new arena suits me.
Drop that one hard. What are they doing? They're throwing rocks? Can't believe that. Throwing rocks at me. Noobs. Okay. Well, see if they were actually guarding anything. Yeah. Just more monsters. Get rid of them and we'll take a look at the gargantuan skill tree again. Last time we went with physical attack and life for a very good reason. We hadn't gotten a weapon yet. This time I think we're actually going to go with attack speed and accuracy. As speed is armor, as I always say, especially with these dex-based classes. Whoa! Ah, he straight set me on fire. Bad. that bastard. Ooh. That doesn't look great. Hmm. That is one huge crab! That was really worth hanging on to there. Certainly a lot of cannibals. No. Good Lord. I should have been using that ice shot all along, yeah? Driftwood Club ain't gonna do us any good. So we're just gonna play hit and run here. Not cracking that shell. There we go. More of these corpses here. Just hatchets. Still not really anything of worth. Get ourselves a scroll of wisdom here. Make sure they don't try and club me to death. They didn't drop us anything. We'll keep poking around here. And goat hide buckler. Whoa! Well, it looks like we've got our second boss here. See if we can't slow her down with some ice. Oh Lord, that's not working at all. Quite particularly effective. Let's sip a mana potion here. Oh, there we go. Ow. There we go. That's actually a better piece for us anyway. It's a padded vest. And ourselves, but it's not going to let us use it because we're not level 4. That's too bad. Alright, we've taken out our next boss, and I think we can probably head back to town real quick. And then, after that... Oh, where were you hiding? Sneaky little cannibal. Dropping nothing but clubs. Okay. Man, where are all these people hiding? Looks like we have ourselves a whole mess of crabs.
My spirit is spent.
And me with no butter. Get enough. Ourselves back to town real quick, and I think that's going to wrap it up for this video, and then in the next video we'll take a look at, headed out to the coastline and retrieve that medicine chest and see if we can't put down the ship's cook. In the meantime, if you like the series, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and if you got any critiques or comments, go ahead and leave one. As always, I am Liquid Dio, and you have a great night.